the first we have only one column but three rows. Now look at second example. Again it has two rows and one column. After that, in the third example, we see that there are m number of rows but only one column, that is 1. After that, the next type of the matrix is row matrix. In a row matrix is the same as your column matrix. In row matrix we have only one row, maybe the number of column may be 1 or more than 1. Now look at again first example. It has only one row and there are three columns in that matrix. In first column we have only one element, that is 1. In second column again we have one element, that is 1, and in third column we have one element, that is 6. So in the first example we have one row and three columns. Similarly, in the second example it has one row and four columns. In first column we have 0, in second column we have 3, in third column we have 5, and in fourth column we have 2, and so on. For the third example, again it has a one row and n number of columns. After that, the third type of the matrix is rectangular matrix. As in the rectangular matrix, in which the number of rows and number of columns are not equal. So just look here at the bottom. Here I have written m is not equal to n. It means the order of the elements, means number of rows and number of columns, both are not equal. So now in the first example, see, there are how many rows? 1, 2, 3 and 4 rows are there, and columns we have only 2. So number of rows are 4 and columns are only 2. It means that number of rows and columns are not equal. So such type of matrix is called rectangular matrix. After that, look at the second example. Here has 2 rows and count the number of columns: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It means 5 columns and 2 rows. So it is again a type of rectangular matrix. After that, the next type of a matrix is again, this is an important type of matrix, that is square matrix. In a square matrix, the number of rows and number of columns are equal. Now look at the first example. It has 2 rows and 2 columns. In the first row we have 2 elements, that is 1 and 1, and second row we have 2 elements, that is 3 and 0. Now for columns we have two columns. In first column the elements are 1 and 3, and second column the elements are 1 and 4. So in this type of matrix, the number of rows and number of columns are equal. After that, third is, this is again a square matrix of order 3 into 3, or we can say that this is a square matrix of order 3. In simple, you can say that this is a square matrix of order 2 and second one is a square matrix of order 3. In the first, the number of rows and columns are 2, and in the second matrix the number of rows and number of columns are 3. After that, the next type of matrix is a diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix is again an important type of the matrix. In this type of matrix, the diagonal, look at the diagonal here. In the diagonal, the elements are any scalar number and all the other elements are 0. Now, and for diagonal we always take the elements for whose positions in which I and j coefficients are equal, like a11, a22, a33. Now look at the first example. Here the element at a11 is 1, a22 is 2 and a33 is 1. It means that in this diagonal, in this matrix, the diagonals are 1, 2 and 1, and all the other elements are 0. Now similarly, the second one is a square matrix in which the diagonal elements are non-zero and all the other elements are 0. After that, the next type of the matrix is unit matrix. Unit matrix is again an important type of matrix in which the diagonal is always 1 and all the other elements are 0. Similarly, in the first example, here this is a square matrix of order 1, 2, 3 and 4. It means this is a square matrix of order 4 in which all the diagonal elements are 1 and all the other elements are 0. Similarly, second one is again a square matrix of order 2 in which the diagonal elements is 1 and all other are 0. Okay. After that, dear students, the next type of the matrix is a null matrix, as the name suggests. So in this type of matrix, all the elements are 0. Now look at the first example. Here, this is in this type of matrix, first matrix, all the elements are 0. Similarly, in the second matrix, all the elements are 0. So in this any type of matrix in which all the elements are 0 are called null matrix. After the null matrix, the next type of the matrix is a triangular matrix. In this type of matrix, suppose we are taking any diagonal, and in that diagonal either the above or the below elements are 0. Only either above or below elements are 0. So look at the first example here. The above all the in the diagonal 1, 1 and 3, all the elements above this matrix are 0 and below are non-zero. Similarly, in the second one is also above the diagonal is a 0, and in the third matrix, the below elements are 0. The triangular matrix is also subdivided into two groups. The two groups are upper triangular matrix and lower triangular matrix. The first one, let's discuss about upper triangular matrix. In upper triangular matrix, a square matrix whose elements below the main diagonal are 0. If the elements below the main diagonal are 0, such type of matrix is called upper triangular matrix. After that, the next is lower triangular matrix. In this type of matrix, above the main diagonal, all are 0. Now look at the example. In the first example, all the elements above the diagonal are 0. Now after that, the next type of the matrix is a scalar matrix. In this type of matrix, whose main diagonal elements are equal to the same scalar. So in this, in the diagonal, all the elements have the same value. Like in the second example, all the elements are 1, and in the fourth square matrix, all the elements are 6. After that, now let's discuss about the matrix operations. Clear? In the first operation is the equality of the matrices. Now this is important definition. Equality of the matrix. Two matrices are said to be equal when all the corresponding elements are equal. So any two matrices are said to be equal if their corresponding means A11 element of the first matrix is equal to the A11 element of the other matrix. A12 element of the first matrix is equal to the A12 element of the other matrix, and so on. So if we look at this example, you can better understand this equality of matrices. Now look at this example. We have two matrices, A and B. In the first matrix, see the first element is 1, and in the other matrix, A11 element is again 1. Again A matrix is second element is 0, and their second element is 0. Third element is 0, again same. So we can say that all the corresponding elements of A is equal to the corresponding elements of B. So we can say that both the matrices are equal. Now we have a certain properties of equality. If any two matrix A and B are equal, then B is also equal to the A matrix. This is called a universal law or property. Means if A is equal to B, then we can also say that B is also equal to the A. And second property is if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A and C are equal. So it's again a universal law. Means if first element first matrix and second matrix are equal, and second and third are equal. So we can say that the first matrix is equal to the third matrix. After that, next is the addition matrix. It's again important to operation in the matrices. So whenever we have to add any two matrices, we just have to add or subtract the corresponding elements. So all the matrices can hold the commutative and associative property. Commutative property means addition of A and B is equal to the addition of B and A. It means that we can add the matrices in any order, either first matrix or second matrix or second matrix or first matrix. It means that in both the cases we got the same results. After that, second is a associative property. Associative property means we can add the matrices in any groups, in any associations. Likewise, in the first, A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. It means that either we can add B and C and then A, or we can add A and B and then C. In both the cases, we got the same results. Now, look at this example. These are the three matrices: A matrix, B matrix and C matrix. All the matrices have the same order, that is 2 into 3. In the first matrix, see, whenever we have to add A matrix and B matrix, see, if we add 7 plus 1, see, their corresponding result is 8. Similarly, second, 3 plus 5 is equal to 8 minus 1 plus 6 is equal to 5. Means, in simple means that whenever we have to add any two matrices, we just have to add or subtract the corresponding element. Clear? Likewise, in the A to 1 element is a 2, and in the second B matrix, A to 1 matrix element is minus 4. So 2 plus minus 4 is equal to minus 2. Similarly, you can check all the other these for the other elements. Now, this again, it has two more properties. That is, this first property is A plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A equal to A. It means that it also hold the identity property. Identity property means if we add any matrix with the null matrix, 0 means null matrix. Here 0 indicates the null matrix. So if we add any matrix with the null matrix or null matrix with the A, we again got that matrix. Okay. After that, next is a transpose or inverse of the additive inverse of the matrix. If we add any matrix A with the negative of the same matrix, we got the null matrix or 0. Now, next is a scalar multiplication of matrices. Scalar multiplication of matrix means whenever, suppose, if we have to multiply any matrix by any scalar. Suppose here the A matrix is 3 minus 1, 2, 1, 3 minus 1, 4 and 1. And here we will take a scalar that is 4 equal K equal to 4. If we multiply this scalar 4 to the matrix A, so see how we can multiply. 4 multiplied by the whole matrix. So 4 is multiplied with the first element 3 is equal to 12. Then 4 is multiplied with the 2, 8. 4 is multiplied by the 2, 8. 4 is multiplied by the 4 equal to 16. 4 is multiplied by minus 1 equal to minus 4. 4 is multiplied by 1 equal to 4. 4 into minus 3 equal to minus 12. 4 into 1 equal to 4. So it means that whenever we have to multiply any scalar to any matrix, so it's simple that scalar is multiplied by each and every element within the matrices. Now we have a certain properties for the scalar multiplication. The first is scalar is multiplied by the addition of the two matrices. So we can write scalar is multiplied with the first matrix and scalar is multiplied with the second matrix, and within the result we have a positive sign. Next is a same, there is a just order is change. So addition of any two scalars is multiplied by the matrix. So we can write scalar, first scalar into matrix plus scalar product of second scalar with the matrix, and the third k, scalar k is multiplied with the a and b. So either you have to multiply scalar and a matrix and then b, or you have to multiply a, scalar k is multiplied with the b and then a. We got the same results. Thank you and have a nice day.